Sound check again. We would like to welcome everyone.
Sound check again. We'd like to welcome everyone.
Yung nag-echo pa. All right, so welcome back to our live market review, and it's Wednesday, 3 p.m. na naman ulit, right? And the market has been a little bit crazy at the beginning of the week, and kahit ako personally, no, medyo nawindang dun sa galaw ni dollar, halos hindi ko na alam kung saan siya papunta. Pero anyway, it is what it is. That's how trading works, and that's the beauty of trading, no? Kumbaga, you can do whatever you want on the chart, and at the end of the day, the market is the market. It does not discriminate who you are, whether you're trading for a while now or you're a beginner trader. The market will move in the direction that it wants to go. Okay, so too many lessons to learn. Yeah, as we go and become a better trader than who we are yesterday, definitely. So, let's go and jump in na sa charts natin and tingnan natin kung paano natin may improve yung ating trading plan as the market progress. Yeah. And move closer to the high impact news this evening. Yun na yung next na abangan natin. Ano? So, anyway, without further ado, let me jump into the charts now. Okay. Ayun, si AUD USD is the first one that we have. So, just a quick review kung ano yung nakita natin back in Monday. So, we said, if you guys can remember this trading plan, lakayan ko ng konti kasi ito yung isa-isahin natin din. So, as you have noticed it already, if you have been following this session, I am more focused on my major currencies, right? So, ito yung binabalik-balikan natin to really understand what the dollar strength for the week. Alright, and at the same time, of course, kung ano yung magiging standing ng ibang currencies on other crosses as well as you go about your list of currency pairs to trade. So for me, I'm always focused on the majors, and primarily I've been trading GBP USD heavily, alright, for the last 3 months at least. Yeah. So anyway, AUD USD, sabi natin buy only if the price breaks this 0.6721. That's for long term. Or, yep, we have an alert set there to sell, and that's what you have seen here so far. Okay. If it's not that clear, let me switch to candlesticks right here. So thank you so much for the guys who made that comment. And with that being said, I would like to make it, ayan, the default. All right. So that's the default now. And save lang natin yan, ano. Save natin yung template na yan, plain, at magiging candlestick na yan. Alright, moving forward. Alright, so anyway, ito yung sinasabi nating area dito. Okay, so, sorry. 6721. I believe I deleted that kasi nandito yan. Oh, sorry, not deleted. Ito yun. Ito yung long term na 6721. And if you guys can remember, Monday, sabi nga natin, looking at this short-term downtrend right here that AUD-USD is creating, we were anticipating for the price to go back here for that short-term sell. Pero hindi nangyari yun. The price stays above or stayed above, and that makes our bias a little different from what it was Monday. Okay, so if you guys were following this, so finally this short-term trend line is now broken, showing us a bit of an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So simply means it is likely to move in that direction. Okay, and oops, sorry. Tingnan nga natin. Balik lang tayo sa D1 ha. Okay. So, ito pa rin naman yun. Yung short term na sinasabi natin is price moving from this to this, no? So, ibig lang sabihin nito, we are seeing two possibilities here, all right? Though we are seeing that inverse head and shoulder on that lower time frame, which is H1, right? The D1, on the other hand, is giving us a different pattern. So, ito yung tinitingnan natin ngayon, long term and short term, no? So, let me just give you the view. Okay, if I am to draw this, parang magiging ganito kasi yung itsura niyan eh. Okay, so ito yung tinetest niya, nagiging strong yung neckline dito sa part na to, or ito yung nagiging zone kumbaga, where the price is considering this a strong support level, right? Or for me, kaya may ganyan yan, kasi meron pang level dito, right, sa baba. Okay, but anyway, if the price moves in this direction first, okay, so gawin nating arrow. So, yan yung gusto nating makita. Then eventually, price can possibly move the opposite. Okay? So, ito yung part na, okay, sandali. Saan ba talaga ito papunta, Ken? Well, short term, no? Ang nakikita nating short term, gawin ko siyang purple. Okay, ito yung nakikita nating short term move until the 67.21. So, naka-bullish yung magiging bias natin dito hanggang umabot siya sa level na yan. At pag umabot dyan, not until it breaks out, 'di ba? Magko-continue tayo mag-buy, right? Pero kung hindi, then we would possibly be looking at a move towards the next floor, and of course conservatively ito yung magiging support level niya on the neckline of that head and shoulder pattern. Okay, so as perfect as the pattern would be, or as we would like it to be, okay, so in some cases talaga, right? Makita nyo yung mga head and shoulder pattern, ganito yung itsura, di ba? Tapos papunta naman doon. So, okay, iba-iba. Depende sa ginagawa ng market. Pero, again, this is where technical analysis becomes a little bit of an art more than a perfect science, sabi nga. No? So, but then again, at the end of the day, we are waiting for the price to hit a certain level where we can be more confident on getting in on a trade. Okay? So, as mentioned, short term, I would anticipate for that price to move in that direction. So if you are using such EMAs, right, or certain EMA settings, then you could possibly be anticipating usually, or yung pinaka-usual for me would be an orange or yellow and blue. All right. So if that is the setup, then I am likely to continue to sell. Pero pag naging ganito, let's say nag-crossover, right, and that could be a different story towards the next one. Right. So in this case, I don't want to use those EMAs, okay, but instead I would like to set some Fibonacci levels here on this 1 hourly chart to see where we can go. So ibig sabihin, from this bounce here, this is what I have been looking at. So from this bounce here, almost close to the 61.8, okay, dito ko siya actually inaabangan kasi mas closer siya dun sa floor level, and that's a beautiful pullback there. Pero anyway, price have moved, wala na tayong magagawa doon, then it went over. Okay, so kaya ito yung nagiging short term natin na inverse head and shoulder pointing that direction. So next is, ang gagawin ko, if I am to be interested on a buy here, we are sitting on a very reasonable level here at 38.2. Okay, towards the zero, that's the most conservative one that we have right now. And as the price breaks out, then we are likely to see it hit the 161.8 Fibonacci extension. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, it's very close to the 67.21 resistance as well. So we're likely to take the money early there, right? Or if not, diba, you can let it run anticipating for a breakout, pero siguro at this time mas mainam na kung magte-trail stop tayo. Okay, so but anyway, what am I waiting for here to be involved with a buy? I'm waiting for a price action pattern. Okay, the conservative way of trading, at least for me, is to wait for a price action pattern as basis of my entry price, and eventually, right, my stop loss will be based on either the swing low or the average price movement, right, o yung ATR na sinasabi nila, okay, for a certain given time. So like the most commonly used ATR is 14, okay, so that's the average price movement of the last 14 bars. Okay, so if those things doesn't make sense to you, it's totally fine. All right, you can let me know, you can message me, and I would love to answer those questions for you. Okay, kung ano pa yung pwede nating address. So anyway, let's put those things into words now, kung ano man yung nakita natin. So yung buy natin na bias, all right, or at least for me, okay, again, yeah, since I mentioned that, I forgot to remind everyone before we started this session. Now, everything that we're talking about in this session, as always, are purely for educational purposes only, and this should not be taken as a financial advice. You understand that trading on the financial market carries a high level of risk, okay? And trading or investing in the forex market may not be suitable for all. So if you are following this trade idea, please apply trader's discretion. There's no shotgun in your head to take and click, yeah, the buy or sell button, right? My sole purpose in doing this session is at least to give you my point of view of what the market is doing, and hopefully can help you make the decision where to buy, where to sell, and of course, yeah, consider some levels where you can take the profit or set your stop loss on. Okay, so anyway, with that aside now, okay, so buy, sabi nga, we're sitting at the 38.2 Fibonacci level, which is quite very good, right? Kasi tinetest niya na yung level na yan dito. Oops, sorry, not that. Okay, ito tinest niya na to dito. Sinubukan niya na yung zero, actually. Now, for some, they can possibly consider this as a short-term sideways move here, which is definitely reasonable. Kaya nga sabi ko, this is a good level here to watch out for a price action pattern. And as mentioned earlier, ito yung pinaka-conservative natin na target kasi baka pwedeng mag-sideways dyan. Then eventually, pag nag-breakout, then extended na yung ating rally for a buy. Okay? So, bullish na tayo dyan. So, pero pag hindi, then, yeah, hindi ko sinasabi na hindi tradable ito. Pag nag-sideways, definitely pwede pa rin. So, dyan tayo magfo-focus ng support and resistance na totally sideways. Okay? Alright. So, waiting. Oops, sorry. Naka-caps lock pala to. Wait for price action pattern at 38.2 fib. Okay. Possible retest at the lowest would be 61.8 fib. Okay. 61.8 fib. Possible retest at 61.8 fib or yung 0.6639. So, anong ibig sabihin nitong pinagsasabi kong mga numbers na to? Okay. So, I'm waiting for a certain price action pattern here to trigger. Tapos hanggang doon. Now, just in case hindi mangyari yon, ang sinasabi ko, it can possibly happen here, or happen here. Let's say I'm looking for a bullish pin bar. Hindi nangyari yung bullish pin bar natin dito. Yan yung hinahanap ko sa isa sa mga price action pattern na gusto natin makita, right? So let's say that's a bullish pin bar. Hindi siya nangyari dyan, but instead, nangyari siya somewhere dito. Is this still valid? Of course, yes it is. Yeah, then dito ako maghahanap ng another buy. Again, reminder na hanggang dito ulit muna yung aking take profit, right? So yan po yung ibig kong sabihin dyan, right? So support level. Okay? So, now just in case everything goes the opposite direction, okay? Sabihin na lang natin, right? Tinuloy na ni AUD-USD itong mas malaking move na yan na possible na pababa na siya. Okay? At yun na talaga yung gawin niya. Then that's totally fine, right? Who are we to stop the market from moving in that direction? Okay? The only thing that we can do is to respond to those movements. Of course, sometimes we can be a little bit emotional on responding to those ones. Me personally, I can be so I understand na medyo minsan madadala ka, right? So please step back and understand your trading plan, right? And you can make the decision from there. So kaya magkakaroon tayo ng ganitong sinasabi natin like alternative. Okay? So just in case anything that we're seeing right now moves the opposite direction, then we are bound to make the decision and trade the opposite direction as well. All right? So I would consider taking a sell anything, right? With a price action pattern below, only with price action pattern below 6639, okay, which is 0.6639. That's the current support level. So ibig sabihin pag na-breakout niya yan, and ideally during a retest, okay, or a pullback. Anong ibig sabihin na? No? Well, quickly, parang ganito. If this is the floor level and the price breaks through, okay, I would anticipate for the market to go back again and retest this level if hindi niya na talaga kayang bumalik sa taas and eventually look for a price action pattern to push the price much lower, right? So, as straightforward as that. Okay? So, yun yung gusto kong makita dyan sa part na yan. Anyway, I think that's the very thing that we have right now for AUD-USD as far as this chart is concerned. Okay? So, it may be long-term or maybe short-term yung target nyo. Maybe you're just looking for a quick 10 pipper or 20 pipper move kasi malaki naman yung account mo and you can go for like a one lot kind of trade. Yeah, so 10 pipper lang hanap mo. So, that's totally fine. Okay? For me, still, the higher time frame or the daily chart to be specific, still the king of all time frames. Yeah, where I would love to see where the market is going, having a view of the general market condition first before getting myself involved, right? So yeah, let me know what you think about AUD-USD and I would love to hear it from you as well. Okay, so anyway, moving on to the next currency pair, NZD-USD. Okay, going back to D1. Right, balik tayo anong basa natin kay NZD-USD. Waiting for bull engulfing confirmation. If price creates price action below we want to sell. Okay, going back. Bullish engulfing confirmation, right? On Monday, ito yung gusto natin, ito yung maakyat, ito yung bullish engulfing potential, hindi nangyari and the price went down. So, a perfect example of waiting for a a price action pattern to confirm before we go and jump in kasi eventually hindi siya nag-materialize. So, ibig sabihin kung basta-basta lang tayo nag-buy dito, then the price went down. Okay? So, tingnan natin dito. On the 4-hourly chart, interestingly, we can see something like this, no? On the 4-hourly chart. Okay. Kung ito, hindi na stop out ka muna dito, no? Ayan. So, at least you know when to stop as well. So, assuming, no? Assuming ito yung bullish engulfing na nakuha mo. Tapos, oops, okay, no, you know where to stop as well. Then the price have moved the opposite direction. This is a classic example of that retest that I'm telling you earlier dun sa AUD-USD. So, that one. Breakout, retest, then that's a beautiful way to consider getting in the market again. Okay, now, ngayon, ang situation ni NZD-USD, right? So, it stayed below the 62.34 level. Anong sabi natin? 62.34 level if price creates price action pattern. I don't see anything here on the daily chart right now. Pero this one looks interesting, but not as interesting as a bearish engulfing. So, personally, I would have not been involved there. But on the 1-hourly chart, ganda oh, sayang. Ganda nito. We have a beautiful pin bar here, a bearish pin bar. Kung hindi kayo nakapasok dyan, meron pang isa dito. Pero this one got not triggered on the next bar, right? So, medyo may delay sa trigger dyan. So, ito yung pinaka-ideal na entry, right? Yan yung pinaka-ideal na entry. So, assuming that we got in on that pin bar, stop loss on the previous swing high. So, yeah, conservatively, or at least 1:1 on that move. Okay, since that price dropped yesterday. Okay, so, yan, conservatively, if you have a bigger account, no, so let's say you're trading $10 per pip here. This is a very beautiful move of a 31 pipper, right? Is it likely to continue? Possibly yung full target mo would be for a 4:1 trade. Okay. Tingnan nga natin. Would like to see a short-term floor level where it could possibly now. I would not consider these kinds of levels right here. Yan. Kasi not necessarily naman sila like horizontal support levels. Kasi ito yung uptrend na sinusunod niya. So, minsan kasi masyado tayong parang ang dami nating gustong makita. Right? So, parang lahat ng yan drawingan mo ng horizontal line. Sa akin kasi yung mga major levels lang yung gusto ko talagang makita. Kasi one is, of course, you don't want to overanalyze. Okay? And overthink kung ano ba yung nangyayari kay market. So, major ones, at least start on the daily chart and I would like to see the obvious levels. So, obviously, yan, obvious levels only. Okay? Now, possibly an argument would be this one right here. Okay? Ken, what if ito? Well, yeah, that's reasonable for me. Okay, so ibig sabihin, if we are in this trade and we're targeting 4:1, probably my target would be closely monitored at 2:1 before stretching it further sa 4:1. Ano ibig sabihin nun? I would possibly be setting a trail stop somewhere here and wait for it to break out. Okay, and if not, I'm ready to take the money at 2:1. Still, profit is profit, then that's very reasonable for us to consider taking it already. And reassess our possession. So, ibig sabihin, pag umabot doon, mag-buy na lang ulit tayo if the market won't break out. Okay? So, ang question now is, can we still get in? What if hindi tayo nakapasok. So, can we still get in? Yeah, that's the next thing that we would like to find out. Okay, now, as far as the continuation is concerned, tingnan natin tong short-term na downtrend na to na kinreate niya since Monday. Okay? After that breakout, beautifully, the lows or the highs are lower than the previous, the lows are lower than the previous, same as this one. So, if I will be strict with this trend line, I would love to see the price action pattern near this trend line right here. So, yun yung next na natin na titingnan. Okay? So, looking at this one, a beautiful pin bar here again, or a bearish engulfing is lovely, right? Of an entry price for us to consider. So, yan yung magiging plan ko. Any part here. Okay? So, in that case, yan. Yung buy natin dyan, only if we have above 0. Above na siya ngayon, neto. Okay? Yan na yung magiging natin. Oops, not 0. Okay? Again, ideally, right? During the retest, right? Or after the retest, kumbaga. So, anyway, sell this time. Meron tayo dyan. Ito, waiting for price action pattern, close. Yeah, for some, they want to be very, very strict. Gusto touching talaga dun sa trend line. Yep, you can be as OC as that, pero close enough is good for me. So, kumbaga parang close na ganito. Let's say may pin bar dito. This one's very close. This one is not, definitely. Right? So, kung dito siya nangyari, touching, good. Pag dito, medyo konti na lang eh. Like this one, yan. Yan. Or yan, this one. Yan, napakaganda yan. Konting-konti na lang, para mo sabing na, pwede mo na masabihin na, uy, gapiso na lang yun right? Gaguhit na lang, pwede na sana. Ay, hindi ko pa kinuha, right? So, yeah, you can be as OC as you want to be, but of course, do not expect for the market to move as perfectly as you want it to be, right? So, this one's another way to go for it. So, if you are looking for that trend or looking to take advantage of that trend through your Fibonacci levels, then you can go and wait for that retracement somewhere at to 38.2. That's a good level already. That's a bit early for some, but yes, that's a good level to get in. Or if not, 50 to 61.8. So yan yung mga stretch natin for a retracement. Okay, so those are the options that you have. Okay, close to trend line, or yeah, either 50 to 61.8 fib. That is if you love fibs, right? Okay, I do, and yeah, in most cases I rely on my fibs, right? Especially if I don't see the EMAs really becoming my go-to indicator. My EMA actually is like my lazy Fibonacci, pero recently, right, as volatile as the market is moving, parang hindi siya ganun ka-reliable. So, ibig sabihin, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. Pag sinabing hindi na siya ganun ka-reliable, it's just that it gives you a different feel of the market compared to having a Fibonacci, right? Kasi again, it moves dynamically with the price. So, yung mga oversized bars na ganun, yun ang babasahin niya. So, minsan, yeah, madadala ka doon and eventually, right, downtrend pala yan, right? So, parang ganun. I'm not sure if I made sense, but if I did, you know what I mean. And if I did not, then please let me know. Message me directly so we can address that too, right? So anyway, that's our take for NZD USD, GBP USD naman right now. Okay, look at that. As we have said, it is likely to pull back. Okay, okay. So we are looking for a buy there, right? At 24.23, that's the price above now. Okay, so at the point, if you notice here, we're talking about price hitting the 61.8. Yes, and it failed to go much lower, and I told myself if the price stays below, right, we would like to watch out for a move towards this direction na. Pero the price is not really showing that move yet. Bumalik siya dun sa taas, and I'm kinda on a waiting mode muna ngayon for GBP USD for the next position, right? And look at that on the lower time frame. So tinest niya yung level na yan from last night, bumalik ulit, right? Short term, we're seeing this uptrend still. Yes, it is still valid, right? So mapapansin nyo, the highs are still higher, the lows are still higher than the previous. Okay, so meron tayong konting tawag dito, not necessarily like a constriction, pero nagko-consolidate siya dito sa lower time frame eh. Okay, so 124.23 is really becoming a significant level for GBP USD. Probably it's just waiting for the news tonight bago mag-spike. Okay, and possibly then, right, mangyari ito anytime soon. Yan ang bumaba. So we'll see. For me personally, medyo tinamaan ako dito from last week. Those good numbers, well, technically not so good numbers for USD turned out to be good technically. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Kung titingnan mo sa actual market movement, the market report was not so good for the dollar, but the price went down. Okay, tapos tinamaan ka pa ng non-farm payroll dito Friday. Okay, tapos eventually, right, a continuation nung Monday and yesterday. So ngayon pa lang nagre-recover yung GBP USD. Still D1 is a very, very valid uptrend. Price is staying above the resistance. This could possibly the breakout of this price. If I can just go back to the other chart right here, if we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, I would say this is the price we're sitting at right now. The last time the market have tested that was somewhere May last year. Okay, so we're very, very close to the anniversary of that price level, right? So, yun yung last year niya, no, na tinest yung level na yan, where the price was coming from above that level. Okay, tas eventually nag-break out, tas bumaba siya, yung pinaka-dip niyan happened in September, yeah, where this account right here, or the server for this account was newly created. So, kaya mapapansin nyo, ito wala pa masyado siyang data dito, no? So, pero anyway, you can always go and check it. All right, if you have an ECN account, because this one's on Classic too, by the way. So, maganda lang dito kasi mababa yung spread tapos no comms yung ECN kasi, di ba? As we know, may broker comms pa doon. I mean, sense lang naman, pero yeah, makes a lot of difference, di ba? If you have a bigger account here, tapos tawag dito, hindi ka na maano ng, I mean, if you're trading bigger lot size, that is. Okay. Anyway, so personally, I'm on a waiting game here. If the price can really stay or break again, go back below that horizontal line where it was since Monday. So, waiting game ako dito. Wait for a better setup. Okay, I want to wait for a better setup, but of course, general bias for me. The general bias is still long. Okay, as D1 is a valid uptrend. Okay? So, pero yung entry price, wala ako kasi mahanap na reasonable entry price right now. Yun yung struggle ko right now to decide whether I want to buy or sell. On H1 possibly we have a potential bullish engulfing here if that would trigger, right? So, interestingly, okay, that is a level that I would like to watch out for. So, I'm setting an alert there. So, if for like about 38 minutes things would go the opposite, right, as far as the last hour is moving, okay, kung mag-iiba yung direction ng market dyan, that's a potential bullish engulfing, and that would be a lovely trigger for a buy at this point. Okay, so not until that happens, I do not have an exact level where I want to get involved with the cable for now. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Euro US, ano yung naging trading plan natin dito? Okay, price action pattern above. Oh yeah, I can remember having a bullish engulfing here sa H4 ata yun, pero hindi lang natin siya pinasukan nung Monday eh. Parang ganun. Yeah, because I wanted the price to really move pa. Pero ba't napura siya dito? Anyway, yeah, this is the reason why I really write down these things right here. Because as the manual trader that I am, I'm using a super manual platform na walang kahit anong automation. So there are some times na parang, hindi ko na save yun. Yeah, even saving it needs to be done manually. So anyway, it is what it is. So kaya mas nasanay akong having my notes there. Pero anyway, if I was talking about fib, so I could be looking at this one. Yeah. Yan, okay, good. So, swing. You know, ganda no, no? That was yesterday. Once more. It's yesterday. Once more. No, that was on the 10th. Shoo-be-doo-dum-dum. Galing, oh. Yeah, 38.2. Wonderful. So, who? Do-be-doo-dum-dum. Okay, hindi. Ito na yan eh. Yeah. Well, that's for the extension. So, kung natapos na yan, then ito na yung titingnan natin. I was looking for the ano eh. Ayun. Ito yon. Okay. Ayan. Pullback. Bullish engulfing. Beautiful. Pero bumaba. Hindi pa ready si market. Bumaba ulit hanggang 78.6. Ito na yung kumbaga ultimate level natin eh. Kasi pag bumaba pa siya dito, di sideways na yan, hindi na siya trending. So, since nag-bounce siya sa 78.6, trending pa rin siya kasi this low is higher than the previous. So, meron pa rin momentum coming from the buyers right here. So ultimately, ang inaantay talaga nating ceiling is the 1.0990 eh. So yeah, the bias remains to be bullish. Okay. So buy bounce 38.2 Fib. Yun nakalimutan ko lagay yung exactong price. SL fractal swing low H4. Okay. So at this point, continuation na yung gusto natin makita eh. Okay? Kasi hindi na tayo nakapasok dito. Continuation natin hanggang sa zero level or towards the resistance. Are we seeing a short-term uptrend here? It's quite difficult to plot your trend line in this situation. Medyo nakadikit siya, no? This bull run can possibly be the entry price. And so, ito lang yung challenge mo, no? If you are a bit conservative with your entry price, okay, there's very little or like limited number of trades that you're taking. But of course, you are gearing towards the quality of trades that you're taking, not just like randomly taking trades. Well, I'm not saying random yung ibig sabihin na ano. Ibig sabihin yung parang bakbakan talaga yung number of trades mo, total scalping. My other account, that's what I do. Kaya ang daming running trades doon because yeah, that's scalping and hedging, right? So, but on this one, okay, this is a very conservative approach on this account right here kasi this ones have a bigger account, right? Kumbaga, by lot size, you don't necessarily need to have a lot of trades. Yeah. Kaya, so you can balance your trading approach here. So the other account is like, yeah, go. Ang dami-daming trades. Tapos dito is like, let's chill lang. Okay. So quite difficult to say where I want to get in, no? Wala akong makitang continuation dito and I don't want to get myself setting it up with some EMAs because I have my fibs there. So sometimes it can give you like mixed signals or what. So I would say for a bull run, okay, or for a buy, wait for a clear bounce for continuation till, let's say, 1.0973. This is the 0 fib. Okay. Oops, not O fib. It's 0. Sorry about that. Or 1.0990 resistance. Okay. So that's what we have so far. Sell. I would love to see this price hit the resistance, then sell, or invalidate the uptrend first, then I could like go. Yeah. Ibig sabihin somewhere here, pag nagkaroon tayo ng head and shoulder pattern, meaning the last high, the recent low is now broken. Kaya sabi ko kanina, yung 78.6 still reasonable. But if the price goes like, 100 na, it could be a little bit different na. Okay, so we are anticipating for a possible reversal if that happens. Okay? So far yan ang ating Euro USD. USD CAD, sabi natin, wait for price breakout, bounce off. Wait, hindi ako naglagay whether I want to buy or sell, but I understand that we're waiting for a pullback here. Yeah, and yun na nga. Okay, the price have moved in that direction, tapos ito pa rin. Okay? Ayan, the price is still remaining below that zone. If you guys can remember this from Friday, then we added our EMA here, simple moving average. Okay? Bouncing off that level, very beautiful, right? On the daily, of course, you would expect for your lower time frame to look a little bit different kasi the EMAs are computed based on the number of bars. So, your bars on the lower time frame like H4 is multiplied by at least 6, no? Right? So, mas dumami yung bar. So, mag-iiba talaga yung movement ng EMAs mo. Kaya nga sabi, as always, you might want to go and check your daily time frame first. Okay? Before you go and say, yeah, I want to do this or want to do that. Kagaya nito, kung nagmadali kang mag-buy dito dahil nakakita ka ng orange above the blue, if you're following your EMAs to make that decision, then eventually your trade moves the opposite direction. Yeah. Kasi nga, sabi nga ni D1, downtrend pa siya. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ito yung susundan natin towards ito. Okay, so wait for price bounce 135.06. 135.06. Okay, so I think ang nangyari dito, hindi ko lang siya na save. Ayun, yun yung 3506. So yeah, that's a very beautiful one. Okay, bearish engulfing. There you go, a 37 pipper. 1:1 actually. So if that was coming from Monday, we were waiting for this to happen. A spike here possibly could like, ano nangyari? Akit na kaya siya? Tapos eventually price drop. You have your pin bar here below the 3506. Then you have a bearish engulfing here. So definitely loads of reasons to get in for a sell very, very close to the resistance. So ngayon, we want to see a continuation, possible bearish engulfing on the 1 hourly chart, bouncing off your EMA if you're following the EMA. Tapos conservatively, about mga 31 pepper target towards 3264. That's the full extension of your target. Mind you na again, that's a very, very strong floor level coming from November last year pa. So, I mean, the last time the market was there, it failed to go much lower. So, watch out for that level too. Okay, so we are looking for a sell here now. Okay, and ito pala yan. Sell. Yeah, if you're following your EMA bounce strategy, waiting for price action pattern. Okay, so yan yung inaantay natin. From here naman, a bit of a reminder, okay? Short-term resistance, lagay ko lang to kasi medyo significant tong floor na to. Okay, pero short-term lang naman, tingnan natin if it would really stay or, yeah, hold strong. Okay, reminder, short-term, resistance. I'm talking about support level. At 1.3422, okay, and if price breaks, next support is 1.3264. Yan, okay, so save lang natin yan. Okay, that's that's USD CAD, right? Then dollar yen, yan, no man's land, as I've said. Okay, I'm really waiting for it either just to bounce off the support or resistance here. Okay, so it's in the middle of that bigger zone. Okay, but of course, comparing to what we have seen Monday, yeah, what we have seen Monday, nagkakaroon na tayo ng isang swing dito that can possibly be a turnaround here. So it could be a little different for especially for me trading GBPUSD. It could point the opposite direction anytime soon, right? But of course, understanding that we have CPI reports tonight, that is something I would love to see released first. Okay, so there are a bunch of things that will be released tonight. You have core CPI, okay, then at 9 o'clock, especially for the guys who are looking at GBP as well, you have Governor Bailey speaking tonight at 9 p.m. That's 30 minutes after the CPI numbers are released. So, yeah, whatever he's drafting right now on his speech possibly can change as soon as he sees the numbers for CPI at 8:30. Okay, so, yeah. Not so high impacting when it comes to like labeling it on Forex Factory, but there's a whole day G20 meeting happening as well today, so we'll see. We'll see how things will go from here, because this is just day one of the G20. Okay, then yeah, things could be little bit more interesting towards the end of the week, no? So though it's just labeled medium impact news on Forex Factory, but as we know, okay, yeah, merong mga pwedeng mangyari din din. So watch out lang then for sudden spikes in the market. Okay, so just in case that happens, please understand that, yeah, we cannot control the market 100%. Okay, well, not even a few percent. Okay, but one thing you can control is how you would react there. So yeah, it can be a little challenging sometimes, right? So just go back to your trading plan and understand why you're doing things. Okay, so for me personally, dollar, yen, I will wait for the news to be released. Yeah, wait for news released tonight. Okay, and a better setup for GBPUSD Yeah, GBPSD. Dollar yen. Okay, a better setup because right now it's in the middle of this move. Though, yes, sabi ko nga, I'm seeing this swing that's possibly be moving in that direction. That can be a start of an uptrend, but yeah, not until it happens. It's still in the middle of this no man's land. I cannot really say where I want to be as far as dollar yen is concerned. So, yep. Moving on to USD CHF. Nag-spike yan kahapon doon, pero bumalik ulit. Now, it went lower. Yeah, dun sa mga levels na sinet natin. Okay, so we have several levels here that we have written down. Okay, dun or dinraw natin. Sulat ko na nga lang din, baka hindi kumaano. Ayan, 0.9037 and 0.8936. Yeah, mga levels na save natin. Okay, anyway. Wait, yun na ata yung ano eh. Ayun no, doon ko siya sinulat. And wait for news release and better setup. Still in no man's land. Yeah, just to remind myself of what I've seen. All right. So, ito yung mga nakita ko. Yan. Ito yung mga levels natin. All right. Sell, wait for price action pattern below 30. Yan. That's 90.37. So the price have tested that level today or is testing that level today as we speak. And tingnan natin if this could be a bearish move for the Swissy here. Can the Swiss really push the price of the dollar much lower? Okay. So this is the one that we're seeing. Ito yung pinaka-lowest at 88 or 89.36. Okay, 89.36. And possibly meron pang much lower dyan doon sa, yan, baba natin. Ito, yan. Buti na lang naisulat ko dito. Yan. Baliktarin ko nga. Dito ko nga sila ilagay. Okay. Sabihin ko to ng support 1. Alright, this is support 2. Okay. Yan. Possible floor levels. Alright. So, yan. Yun lang inaabangan ko dyan. A reasonable price action pattern to go for it. H4 is becoming a bar here to test the resistance. Yan yung after breakout pullback. So, tingnan natin. H1 could possibly be a bearish engulfing, pero we have few minutes left on this bar to expect for that bearish engulfing to happen. But then again, yung next bar niyan can possibly do the job for us. So, if the price stays below, I would be expecting to go and be involved on a short position with USD CHF anytime soon. So, possibly what I can do is to set an alert somewhere here. Tanggalin natin yung expiry dyan para hindi basta-basta ayan. Okay. So, kasi pag nag-end tong bar na to, tapos pababa. Yan. Okay. So, anyway, quickly on gold, as what we have seen Monday, ideally break out of the symmetrical triangle price. Okay. 1994.84. Yan. Magsisell tayo if the price stays below. Pero yes, as we have seen it, the price is now above. Okay. And, tingnan natin to. Triangle na to. Ito yung symmetrical na yun eh. Yan. Pero anyway, yan. Price is above. The next level is 2051.76. But then again, sabi ko nga kanina, things can be a little different for these assets as we move closer to the news tonight. So, kasi kung gusto niya umakyat nan kanina, given that this bounce right here already happened, could have been on that level already. But right now, it's not. So, I would like to see how things would progress as we get closer to the CPI numbers released tonight. And though we are looking at a spike here on gold earlier today, we're seeing a pullback already. So, short term is still an uptrend, of course. Kung gusto nyong ipagpatuloy yung buy dyan, you can follow this, all right, the trend line, or you can you can be a little conservative here with your fib levels, right? That price already have bounced off that 61.8 fib level, right? So watch out for a short-term resistance somewhere at 2023 or 2032, sorry. And so pullback here will do, continuation towards that resistance. A beautiful extension at 123.6 right? And if it would break out, then yeah, nandun pa sa taas yung full extension ng fib natin. Okay? So anyway, that's the market's movement and dollar yan dyan. Okay, that's the market's movement as we have seen it from Monday till today. And of course, sabi ko nga, no, we have several things happening today. We have you have G20 meetings, right? And we are expecting for numbers from the dollar at 8:30 tonight. And of course, Governor Bailey speaking on behalf of Bank of England at 9 o'clock. Yeah. So lots of things to expect. But of course, with whatever bias you have in your trading or whatever you have seen on your chart and whatever you think you would do, yeah, please be advised to always set proper risk management and find good reasons to get in before clicking that buy or sell button. So that's it for me for today. And thank you so much for the guys who are with me having this live, and for the guys who'll be watching this yung recorded version na or yung uploaded version na natin sa YouTube. Please make sure na whatever yung nakita natin dito, please go back to the chart. If the analysis is still valid and relevant, go and act on it. And if it doesn't show it that way anymore, then I'll see you guys on Friday to reassess the market. All right. So any questions, clarifications that you have, you can reach out to me or say something on the comment section. But as always, may the pips be with every one of us. I'll see you guys in the next session. Bye for now. Cheers.